We have to learn, oh God, to teach forgiveness by offering it when it is even unmerited. The favor of God is unmerited. And yet He gives us favor, He gives us mercy, He gives us grace every day. Every day. Every day. I'm on a plane. I'm sitting beside this young man from Nicaragua. And I asked him what his name was, and he said, Ayrton. I said, that's an unusual name. Where'd you get that from? He said, my mother named me that because she wanted me to have eyes that see, ears to hear, and my toes so I walk upright and holy. I was like, Ayrton. Come on now. How about that? How about that? Hey, look, we sat there. He got 5 children. He shops at Costco because he makes sure his kids have good things. Look, when I was like, Lord, come on now, bless him. Ayrton. But I had to take a minute to get to know him. Come on now. We sit in God's house. Sit beside the same person every Sunday and know nothing about that brother and sister. Don't know that they're hurting. Don't know they're in need. But you know what impressed me? Not the last time, but before when I came here, and there was a sister in the church gave her a car. I was like, come on now. Now that's the heart speaking. Come on now. She didn't have transportation, but she was given a car. Who does that? But people that got a heart. Come on now. You think I ever forgot it? I will never forget it as long as I live. Because I try to hold on to the good and I get rid of all that stuff. All that stuff that holds you back. Stuff that you remember when you were a child. And people said, you'll never be this, you'll never be that. Your family's poor. So what? If my family was poor. 1 of 9 children. And then my mother adopted another child when my brother was 14, so she had 10. Now I'm going to share something with you that's a blessing. She worked at a mental institution. And she noticed this one young lady, Caucasian, and she said there's something different about her. So she took time to search the records and found out she was dropped off there when she was 3. She should have gone to an orphanage. They dropped her off at the mental institution and they left her there.
Oh my God.
So she grew up taking on the language and everything as though she was mentally disturbed. So she took the time to teach her how to do laundry, took her on the bus, showed her how to ride a bus, how to get change, how to shop, how to cook. And then my mother went to the board and said, we need to let her go. And they said, well, she can't leave here unless someone adopts her. Patty was 24. So my mother went home and told my father, and they adopted her. And she was set free. That's a heart thing. That's a heart thing. She didn't look at it and go, oh well, she's been here 24 years. I never heard her to be here 24 more. So actually, my mother gave birth to 9 and 2 adopted children. It's from the heart. What do you do? You know, what are you going to do when somebody comes to you today? What are you going to do when you walk past that homeless woman and she got all the bags and she's smelling? And I saw a young man, I was in D.C., this was several years ago, and he saw a homeless man, but this man's legs were so in such horrible condition that I don't want to describe it because it would make you sick. And he said to him, get up off your lazy butt and get a job, be a man. I ran after him, tapped him on the shoulder and said, but for the grace of God, go you. I said, you're young, but in 10 years, I might come back here and find you on the same corner. And when I do, I won't tell you to get up off your lazy butt. I'll put something in your cup. I'll find out a place where you can go. Come on now. But I'm not going to tell you, get up off your lazy butt. We don't know why people are where they are. Come on now. You don't know what that person's been through. in Luke 23:34, and he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Here's the amazing part. Jesus said again, he set aside the weight of the pain. He set aside the weight of the cross. He set aside all the sin. See, when he hung in that cross and his body dropped, it wasn't because of his weight, it was because of ours. When they put the nails in his hand, it wasn't because of his pain, it was because of ours. When they pushed the crown of thorns down on his head and the blood ran, it was his blood cleansing us. Come on, guys. And yet, he could hang on that cross and say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Why can we not forgive? See, here's one thing I know. I'm not being nailed in my hands. I'm not carrying the weight of the world. And I'm not even being asked to. And so last I read, Jesus said, cast your care upon me because I care for you. So he doesn't even want me to hold on to my own cares. He said, cast them. And anybody that's a fisherman knows when you cast, you don't just drop the line here. You take that line and you throw it as far as you can get it. And then he said, I'll take your sins and put them in the sea of forgiveness. Come on now. Because here's the thing. It's not that God cannot remember. He chooses not to. That's a word. He chooses not to. Why can't we choose not to forgive our offenders? Because see, if I can't choose to forgive, then how can I ask God to forgive me? Come on now. Come on. See, Jesus spoke from his heart when he was dying on the cross. People say, oh, it's easy for him to do because he knows that he was going to be raised again. Let me take you out. Come on now. And see if you'll take on what he took on. Let me tell you something. Most of us can't take on a little bit of stuff that happens to us day to day. Come on now. My children don't listen. Come on now. I don't like her on my job because she doesn't understand me. She doesn't have to. God does. Why are you asking people of the world to understand you when it's God who understands you? And sometimes it may be you on the job that is the problem. Just saying.
Hallelujah.
I think about people who you may not even think about that are Christ-like. And I think about the fireman and firewoman. They get dressed. Come on. In the armor. Come on now. And when they get to the fire, they're not going, oh, should we go in? John, you go. And I'm going to stand back here and watch you. No. They go in the fire and they're willing to give up their life to save another. Come on now. Come on. So, if you have to go in the fire sometimes, go in the fire. The last time I checked, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego went in the fire. And when they came out, they smelled like they've been in the fire. Some of you have been through some horrible things in your life, but looking at you, nobody would ever know what you've been through. Boy, if you could go back in mine, you would be like, Shirley looks like she's 180. I've been through the fire, but guess what? I'm casting my care on the one that cares for me. My heart is on fire for Jesus. No, you don't get it. My heart is on fire for Jesus. Call a fireman. He can't put my fire out. Can't put this fire out. For God I live. Come on. I'm not worried about when I die. problem here. You can't lift your hand and say, thank you, Lord. You can't praise the God that brought you in this world. That's a hard thing. Don't be cute. The God doesn't care about cute. If your makeup runs, let it run. And if you can't handle it, stop wearing it. So worried about what people are going to say. What is God going to say? They don't care. You came to church and you had on 2 left shoes. It's okay before God. I'm going to bring this thing in. I'm telling you, this thing is getting to me. I'm fired up. And I ain't turning around. Just saying I'm fired up. And I'm not turning around. I don't hear you say it. I'm fired up. And I'm not turning around. Come on.
Yes, fired up. I'm not turning around.
God, touch my heart today. Touch my heart. Touch my heart.
Yes,
I'm not worried about this mind. This thing up here changes with the wind. I have my mind made up. And then somebody comes along and changes your mind. When your heart is fixed, can't nobody change your heart. What do you want? He already died. What do you want? He can't die again. I can't bring him back. And his father won't bring him back until that final day. Come on. What he said when he comes, he's coming for the spotless. This mess out here, in the heart. You know, Pastor, I love the second time when I've come here and I've been sick, so I'm not really sick, but whatever it is, who cares? I'm driving. I said, God, keep my voice, because the devil don't want this word to go out. I said, but it's a word that's going to go no matter what. I know what God is able to do. And then I got excited. I said, oh, wait a minute. When I am down, when I am sick, you are strong.
yes,
So I don't have to rely on me.
yes.
I just got to trust you.
yes.
So this ain't Vicki. This is the
Yes.
Holy Spirit.
Hallelujah. Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
I don't care. I'm being honest. I don't care what people have to say about me. Okay? Because I know my heart. Folks dress it up.
Yes.
You can't dress up the heart. Come on now.
Yes.
You can dress all this up.
Yes.
But God knows the heart.
knows the
That's
heart.
why he said he
Yes.
does not judge man by his outward appearance. You don't care what you put on. You don't care about your $200 perfume. Come on now. You don't care about your house, your furniture, your car, how many rings you got. Come on now. You say, I'm coming for this. Coming for the heart. Coming for the heart. Coming for the heart. When the thieves were hanging on the cross,
Yes.
one recognized who he was. Come on now. He said, he's done nothing wrong. Come on now. Says to Jesus, remember me. Come on. He said, today you will be with me in paradise. So what did Jesus see? Not the thief, because he was still a thief. Come on now. Because a thief hanging on the cross. That had not changed. He still had to die to the flesh. Come on now. But today, when you leave this body, you will be with me in paradise. Do you know that for yourself? That if we call you today, will you be with them in paradise? Can you get rid of all that ugly stuff? Come on now. Now I'm going to tell the truth about this thing. I was like, Lord, remember I told you, Lord, my heart's right. And he said to me, no, it's not. Because you're still holding on to some stuff about your mother. Huh? We don't want to go there, Lord. See, my mother was a praying woman. My mother had 5 sons whom she adored. But she didn't have great relationships with her daughters. And I will say her famous saying was, I love my sons, but you girls are a pain in my foot. But that's not what she said. I'm just being honest. You okay? And I said to myself, if you only knew some of the stuff your sons were doing. And my older sister said, she knows, but her sons are here. And we are here. And you have to live with that and accept that. And I did. But with that came low self-esteem. And if my mama don't love me, can't nobody love me. Come on now. So when you say you find love in all the wrong places, come on now. Oh yeah, I did. I got to confess that. But one day, 39 years old. I'm 39. I was raised in the church. My father was a pastor. But no love. I ain't love me. You tell me you love me, I was going to believe it because I needed it. I'm looking in the closet, trying to figure out what I'm going to wear to the club, which I rarely went to. But on this 40th birthday, I was going to the club. And I'm standing there looking, and all of a sudden, it was not me, it was the Holy Spirit. I just dropped to my knees and began to weep to the point where I sobbed. And the tears, there was a big old spot of water on the floor. And it was like I was looking and figuring out what is happening here. Next thing I knew, I opened my mouth and I said, Lord, for my birthday, I give you my life. I said, I know how Saul felt on the road to Damascus. Because I wasn't asking for it, wasn't looking for it, and didn't want it. I'm telling you, I'm just being honest. But he said, like Saul, I'm going to make you Paul. And he said, Vicki, I'm going to use you. Because I know what I put in you. You see, the world has sucked out of you much of what I put in you. But now, I'm going to put something in you that the world can't take. Guess why? Because I'm going to put it in your heart. And when I put it in your heart, you're going to come to love yourself not because of yourself, but because of me. Come on, man. When you get up, you're going to walk in the spirit, and you're no longer going to be of the flesh. Come on, man. So, with all of that, I've always been one to be able to forgive you, whether you ask for it or not. People come here and say, I'm sorry. I said, I already forgave you. It's all right. I already forgave you. God said, but you didn't forgive your mother. So you can't preach it. You can't teach it until you do it yourself. I said, Lord, you got to help me with this. This is the one who gave birth to me. I know the horrible things that she used to say to me. And I was a good kid. I'm not lying, I was. It was like scary. But I had 5 brothers that kept me in line. But I just said, okay, Lord. And every time I thought I let it go, he said, nope. You're going to get this right, or you aren't going. You haven't preached my word about something you have not done yourself. So I bring it up to say, Mom, I love you. can say that with our full heart, open heart. Mom, I thank you. Come on now. That you keep my hair done. I had food on the table. My clothes were always clean. Come on now. Come on now. You scrubbed floors. Come on. So that we would have food on the table. Some will worry about some saying you had. You didn't even know. Father, forgive her, for she knows not what she did. Come on now. How did I not forgive her? I wasn't perfect. I'm imperfect. When I set her free, I became free. Come on now. So I'm in New Mexico, and I'm looking up at the sky, and it's just like this whirlwind. And I'm looking, trees aren't really blowing, but I'm feeling this wind all around me as I'm sitting there just praising God and saying, thank you for my mother. Come on now. Thank you for my mother. Not, she didn't do this. She said, no, thank you, God, for my mother. I don't know if you can figure out where I'm coming from, but some of y'all need to be starting to thank God for what you had and stop thinking about what you didn't have. Come on now. Come on. You got kids that come home and tell you, Mom, you can do this out of my face. Talk to me from your heart. I don't hear anything from your lips because you're not perfect either. Come on now. So when we go in the house of God and we look at this word as I close.
Thank you, God. My Lord.
And you look at that word and he says, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. You need to remember that those that have harmed you really didn't understand what they were doing. They didn't realize that if they walked out on you, that the children would suffer. Come on now. They didn't realize when they let you go on your job that they had, and the new person started, that they had let the better person go. Come on now. They didn't realize when you came in the house of God and your skirt was too short, and the first thing people did is walk up to you and tell you, honey, we love you, but you need to go home and change that dress, that she was never coming back again, nor was she ever coming to church again. Come on. Because see, we are the ambassadors of Jesus Christ. If you don't get it, you better get it today. And what comes out of your mouth will destroy if you're not right. So here's what we need to do sometimes. Seal these lips. Come on now. And speak from the heart. Speak from the heart. Because when you speak from the heart, what did the word say? What did the word say? What's in here is what comes out. Come on now. Your heart speaks. The mouth will speak what's in the heart. So I'm going to close with this. If you are one who is still holding on to hurt and pain, I'm telling you today, set it free. Let it go. Let God have it. In the name of Jesus. Vengeance is mine, thus saith the Lord. Those that are here are those that God himself wanted. Yes. Because everybody would not receive this word. I'm telling you what I know. But this church will never be the same after today. Not because of me, but because God is saying, get rid of those unforgiving spirits. So when pastor preaches a word, he doesn't have to work so hard. Because he'll get help from you, wherever you are. Your pastor will get help from you. Come on now. Because you got it. Because you got it. If you want it, you got to give it. So we'll go back to what forgiveness means. Come on now. And so we go back to it. And the word for means that you're in support of. Give means freely transfer. And the NESS is the emphasis or exemplifies what's been said. So forgiveness is this: supporting, freely transferring with emphasis to set the captive free and free yourself at the same time. Do you want to be free? If somebody said to me, do you want to be free? I think I'd be a little happier. Come on now. Come on. Do you really want to be free? Or then stand up and let God know you're going to be free. Don't sit down. Let God know you want to be free. Come on now.
Yes, Lord.
Because that Holy Ghost wind, when they talk about that, it will rush in like a mighty wind. And you'll be set free. And the devil is a liar today. Because all that he thought he can keep in your mind, God said, I'll take it out of your mind. I'm filling your heart. Whom he sets free, he sets free indeed. Let all the old stuff go. The devil is a liar. He wants you to hold on to it so you can't move into your future. Satan has a plot. God got a plan. Go with the plan. Thank you, Lord, for the opportunity. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. That I got a heart that's fixed on you.
Yes, Lord.
People say I got a mind
Thank you,
fixed on you.
Jesus.
No, Lord.
Yes,
My heart
Lord.
is fixed.
Yes,
I
Lord.
know I have to end because my voice is gone, but I don't care. I don't care. Pastor Michael, you are my sister, my sister. Come and get it. God is done with me. Thank you, Lord.